Howdy herd, and welcome to a special edition of Unicorn Chef. When we started 2 years ago, no idea where this was going to go. Well, first of all, it wasn't a we, it was me by myself, but now we have a we have a herd. Caitlin, Mike, been anchoring it down for months, and joined by the latest addition to the Unicorn Chef herd is Alyssa.
Whoa,
Hey, hello. I'm here, I'm
Anything you'd like
alive.
to say about the mistakes in life that have led you to this point with joining us?
I mean, mistakes, good things, I don't know, It's hard to say what's a mistake or what's not these days anymore.
Well, the rest of you are going to have fun while we go through this anyway. This is, as you can tell by our varied attire, one of the fun things is not only how everybody makes food at home when we follow the same recipe, but tonight's special episode in celebration of Valentine's Day, food for...
Can we say it? Can we just say it?
Fucking!
That's food for fucking. That's the theme of the show.
Fucking. I didn't put it in the title because I didn't want to get YouTube banned again. Who knows? On the other hand, you see that Mike and I have interpreted this as an only aprons approach.
Yeah.
Caitlin coming in with a romantic classic look, and then Alyssa locking it down as the dom.
I'd take a beating.
And so tonight's episode, the theme is food for fucking, right? What kind of food works for seduction? What kind of food works actually with fucking? What kind of food can you have sex with? That'll be Mike's section. Each person is approaching it with a different angle. So we'll start off with Caitlin. What are you making tonight?
All right, so I'm really excited because this was my idea. Food for fucking was my idea because in my 20s, I would regularly cook for people to outkick my coverage and seduce people. And that's like my move, is to cook for people. And I like to, it's my love language. So tonight I'm making Alsatian tart flambe, which is much, much fancier than it actually sounds. It's basically a pizza. I made the pizza dough myself with a white sauce and the most amazing bacon, the finest bacon in all of the land, and onion. So that's what I'm cooking tonight. And it's basically anyone who you're trying to seduce will just be smitten and follow you around and be yours for the evening. So that's highly recommended. I'm excited to share. So
this is your swinging for the fences dish. This is how you got Leonardo DiCaprio that one time.
I can't talk about it. He made me sign an NDA. So, but hypothetically, yeah, that's, and I mean, yeah, if I was really good friends with Demi Lovato too, that might have been, what made us become great friends, So, but it's going to be fun, and hopefully, unlike last time, I won't fuck it up. So we'll see how it goes.
We hope so. That was terrible last time. It's awful.
Yes.
It's not a competition, but you should feel bad.
I mean, no one remembers not cooking a regular chicken dish to completion in like an hour more than me. So I will own it. And yeah, I mean, that's the nice thing about cooking, is sometimes you screw things up. And I guess if you do that when you're trying to seduce someone, you can play it off as like you're a good loser or something. I don't know. So.
Well, Mike goes with I burn it. That way you have to take your clothes off.
I call it technique, personally.
Well, take us to Flavor Town. What are you doing?
So today, my love language is 9 inches of sausage.
Seems
I think it's appropriate. Say that one more time.
I say it seems appropriate.
For someone who's compensating. So.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Goodness gracious. No, I wanted girls to know what it would be like to have sex with me 3 times. So 9 inches was the most appropriate way to put it.
All right, dick fingers.
Oh, good Lord.
That's your pet name.
Huh?
Basic sausage, rice, broccoli. Get it done quick. Get it into you fast. When I seduce a woman, I want her to know that the next 4 hours, I'm hers entirely. So a quick meal, followed by begging, and then 3 hours and 57 minutes of apologies. Sexy time. That's me.
Alyssa, I think we only have, and the only way to go is up.
I sure hope so, because there's only one kind of meat I want, Mike. And it's this gorgeous Japanese Wagyu.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful A5 strip loin. So we're gonna hook that up sliced nice and thin. And we'll, top it off with a little bit of homemade yakiniku sauce, served on a bed of rice and spikes, of course. And maybe some greens with a spicy little ginger on the side, too. Michael, there will be no ketchup anywhere near this steak.
Please, mistress, may I?
No, you may not.
Mike, you looked like you were doing a snuff film.
He really did, right?
It was like,
Thanks.
this is the victim. It's ketchup on your meal.
That's not far off.
It's illegal in most states to do what I'm about to do with it.
Alyssa,
Can I ask
me.
what? Can I ask what yakimiku sauce is, though? I was curious about that because I've never had that before.
Yeah, so it's basically it's just like a thin Japanese steak sauce or meat sauce. It's mostly soy sauce and like a rice wine.
Mirin.
Yes, mirin, otherwise known as. A little bit of sesame oil, some sesame seeds, some garlic. But yeah, just really basic reduction sauce, and it just makes a nice little extra across the top. There you go. Yeah. So I'm doing the Kikkoman style, but same deal.
So I'm surprised nobody's cooking with pineapple.
There's a
So
reason for
I'm
it,
making
Michael.
a grilled cheese sandwich. I'm not doing my world famous one because I think you need to reserve that for the third date. But this is a great fast meal, and it goes really well with a butternut squash soup. So I'm going to just cover a few of the details that are a must. For bread, sourdough is the best. Got to go with sourdough. One of the other tricks that I do is most people, when they think of a grilled cheese, keep it just like I just throw some cheddar or I throw some American. I think you need a proper cheese medley, which combines both the flavor, the consistency, and that good melt that you'd get. So for me, how I do that is with fontina, mozzarella, and Gruyere.
I don't think there's anything sexier than hearing proper cheese medley.
I don't really have a comeback to that, but okay.
Fromage à trois. A fromage à trois. I think that's what's going on
Yeah,
there.
fromage à trois. There you go, fromage à trois. Yeah. Chef's kiss. That was great.
That was pretty good.
My grilled cheese sandwich is now called a fromage à trois. I caramelize onions. When I do the fancy one, I do tempura and prosciutto. But that alone doesn't do it. I add a butternut squash soup. So this is a really easy thing to do at home. Cut it in half. You don't have to do anything else. Cut it in half. Put it face down on some parchment paper inside an oven. Let it sit there for 45 minutes. Get soft. Let it cool. You don't have to worry about the seeds. Take the seeds out after they cook. It's easier. Again, we're saving energy for the bed, not for the dining room. Scoop that into a blender. You can mix in carrots, potatoes, apples, any of the combination to kind of even it out. Milk and whatever you want to flavor it with. Blend. Done. Butternut squash soup. And the two together is just incredible. Plus, it's bigger than Mike's sausage.
Like literally 15 times.
Not saying much from what I understand, but
what happens
That
after
is
it gets soft and you let it cool?
vegetable.
There's a reason I had to learn I'm sorry in 15 different languages. No? Je suis désolé.
Give us one.
Je suis désolé. Goodness great. So judgmental. That's what I love about you.
All right, Caitlin, what are you doing?
All right. So basically, what goes on? Let me get my pies. All right. This is not a straight pizza. Again, this is Alsatian tart flambe because it was made by a man named Hubert Keller, and they make it in the Alsace-Lorraine region of France. So you don't need to have it like perfectly circular. But what you're going to do is I made my own dough. It's only got 3 things in it. It's super easy to make. And then it's going to be topped with, this is what's kind of weird. You're like, why the fuck is this person doing this? I mean, you could dip, he has a lot of experience playing with soft meat, so he's just having a good time. This is like a normal Wednesday for him, Wednesday night at his house.
You're talking about Mike?
So sassiness. All right. So for the sauce, what you do, which is kind of strange, is it's a sour cream base for the sauce with egg and seasoning. And then we top it with bacon, which I've already cooked, like really fatty, really expensive bacon.
Yummy.
And I went to like seriously the best butcher that was near my house. And I walked in, I told them, I said, I want the finest bacon you have. And the man just walked straight to the case. He knew exactly what to purchase, like what to give me. And he's like, how much of it do you want? And that's the only question he asked. So with the fine bacon, and then I have caramelized onions as well. So all that goes on top. And so I'm going to layer it. And then it goes into the oven for like
Can you talk
15
about your caramelized onions for a second?
What'd you say?
Can I talk about your caramelized onions for a second?
Sure, go ahead.
Is this like a slow caramelization for like a French onion soup, or is it like fast and furious with garlic and with oil?
What you want to do is you want to take all the fat from the bacon. That's what makes it so good. You take the fat from the bacon and you cook all the onions in the fat from the bacon. Once everything has cooked in the fat from the bacon, you want to add water. That's my trick to it. You add water so everything doesn't just like literally stick to the pan, and you kind of like deglaze it almost with the water. You could use anything really. And that's kind of what makes the onions turn out like that. And then you cook it till the water's done. So that's how you do it there. And then I'm going to layer it, top it with cheese, and it goes into the oven for like 15 to 18 minutes. So, yeah. So that's what I'm doing over here.
Listen, I've never seen more beautiful meat in my life.
That's a beautiful steak. It makes me very happy.
It is going to be a lovely steak.
You know, I talk a lot about meat and stuff. I've never had Wagyu before.
Well, Michael,
Swear.
we need to change this.
So, you know, there are different levels of Wagyu.
Yes.
And
I tried looking at it and I saw like A5 and A7.
Yep.
And, yeah.
The Japanese A5 is about pretty much top of the line.
Yep.
The only way you go up from there is if you get into specifically a Kobe. A5 is kind of like that's off the charts. But yeah, it's I mean, literally this thing's sitting here coming to room temp right now. And I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if I can show you. Take this off the heat. But the fat on this steak is literally melting at room temperature.
Come on.
That is part of what makes it such a lovely thing. And you see that marbling. I mean, the marbling is just insanity.
So, Mike, for more of an entry level to it, you can get American Wagyu. It would be rated probably about an A2 to possibly an A3 on the scale, and it is different than the traditional cuts you're accustomed to. It's worth it.
The local butcher shop sells it, but it's interesting. You know, we all work, we all make money, and we all spend on things that we want to spend on. But I see it's like $49.99 a pound. I'm like, oh, there's no way I'm that special.
You are that special, Mike.
I need to just stretch out.
I noticed you are making 3 sausages tonight.
Yeah.
So that would be 2 for you and 1 for Amy?
Yeah, 2 holes for me and then 1 for the other. Yeah. What?
I just did the math. It occurred to me that you specifically were doing 3.
Let's just say I'm doing a sausage 69.
Sounds like a sausage fest to me.
Just like in college.
How many would you need if you just needed 1 between each toe, and that was your thing? How many would that be? 2. You need 8.
4. I think 4.
No, 1 for each foot. 1 for each foot.
Ooh. Am I the only one drinking alcohol? I feel like I'm the only one drinking alcohol.
I'm drinking tequila water, motherfucker. Like, what do you? It's me. I was doing fireball shots last night. Maybe that's why. That's probably why my chicken didn't turn out.
Yeah, that's why.
Had nothing to do with the lack of heat in your oven.
Isn't it funny how people get upset when you agree with them?
I agreed with you that I'm not too proud. I will agree. I will admit when I've been beaten. I take it out. Oh my God.
Caitlin, that wasn't the best part of that episode.
Nope.
The best part was how much smack you were talking, and that's where you ended up.
Yep.
I just enjoy that, like, when you're challenged, you just sat back really quietly and just, like, agreed, and then you just just whacked us all. It's very good. So I don't know.
I
This
will
is going
say
in the oven now.
Well, I'm not going to be doing any whacking on this episode.
What if I paid extra?
Tony just said, "Oh my God, B, don't ever ask to return that apron." What's up, bro? I'm improving it. What's the temp? Azim, I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. What's the temp on what?
Oh, for my tart,
Caitlin?
450.
Caitlin's tart is at 450.
Yes. I could post the recipe later. This is an amazing recipe. And Hubert Color was like the OG of chefs. I love Hubert Color. And I guess it says something really strange about me when I saw this when I was like 18, 19 years old. I was like, I want to make that. And I'm going to start making it for people who I have crushes on. That's basically what happened. And yeah, so that says something very odd about me, I think, but that's okay. It's not a bad trait.
Where were you that you were trying to do this?
So my friend Stephanie and I used to have dinner parties when we were like 18, 19, and 20, and we would invite over our suitors, and we would cook chicken spadini, or she would cook chicken spadini. And I would make the salad and with asparagus and like all this kind of stuff. And then we would always finish with port because we were the weirdest 19, 20-year-olds in the entire world.
Port?
Port, wine, and cheese.
Any port in a storm.
So we'd be like, and so what would happen is, like, you know how it is when you're like 18, 19, you're inviting people, you go out, you meet people, we'd be like, yeah, we're going to have this dinner party. Do you want to come? And we would like, I feel bad for people who have to date online because you couldn't have that kind of experience now where two women invite you to a dinner party and then feed you and then make you drink port. So
and try to seduce you with their food.
Yeah. I lost Stephanie.
I'm sorry, you got a little spadini right here. That's
Stephanie's married to a chef now. She's married to an amazing chef, actually. So I don't know. And she cooks for him all the time. It's excellent.
So this was your meal to try to get your part, because it sounded like you were on salad duty to begin with. And
my salad's really good. I make a roast portobello and goat cheese salad. And you actually roast the portobellos in balsamic vinegar, and then you toss the salad with the goat cheese, and it actually makes its own, like it melts the goat cheese and makes this delicious salad. And it's the best salad you've ever eaten. It's very good, but I brought my A game this time, so I didn't want to do.
So do you find you have to toss the salad for like a long time?
Are you tarting it up?
Honey, I'm always tarting it up. You know me. I'm always tarting it up.
What were you saying, Mike?
I'm not even offended by that.
Well, I just don't know how long you have to toss the salad for when it has all those ingredients in it. Is this like a long period salad toss, or is this just like
I have a lot of experience with it after all my really kind of wild years in when I was 19 and 20. I have a lot of experience. So no, it's not too long. If you do it right, it doesn't have to be that long.
Just don't get strep throat. Ooh, what's that?
That is extra virgin olive oil, I'm guessing. Is that, Alyssa?
Yes, that is the olive oil that I will be making the steak in. And as you can see, cast iron, of course.
Naturally.
Did you just pull that out of the dishwasher?
Michael. Good Lord, man. What is going on here?
This would be the part, if we could actually do this in person, where Mike would be getting spanked.
I think so. I'm going to have to go get the writing from. That's clear. So the interesting thing with Wagyu, by the way, is this steak, when I put it on, it's going to take like 2.5 minutes and it's done.
Really?
Because it's thin and it just Wagyu cooks so fast. So what I'm looking for is about 350 over here on the cast iron. And then, yeah, it's on one side for about 1.5 minutes, the other side for about 1 minute, and we're done.
Look at you! You even got a fluke tester. Goodness gracious!
What's that?
You even got a tester. That's fancy as fuck.
Oh yeah, of course. I got the laser thermometer.
So I've just combined my grilled cheese here together. So I've toasted both sides. Flip it. I've got my 3 cheeses going. 2 slices of prosciutto with the caramelized onions, all melting in.
Smack it up, flip it up, rub it down. Oh no!
All right, so I don't know if Keenan joined late, and that's the question, but the question is, why is each dish going to make me horny? So, Caitlin, we'll start with you. Why is your dish going to make either Keenan horny or anybody horny? You can answer it either way.
So there's an old saying about pizza, right? So the thing about pizza is that pizza's like sex. It's never bad, but sometimes it's really good. This is really, really good pizza. And it's not about the pizza. It's about the fact that you like are making the dough yourself and like you're kneading and it's like and it's cheese and your house is going to smell like bacon. And so probably the aroma of the bacon as well on top of this. And because you're making it with love, because you want the person who you're cooking it for and you love and you care about them and love them. So that's why. And that should show in your food. No matter who you're cooking for.
My meal is going to convince the lady that I'm with that I care enough to slow cook, take my time. I care about the feeling in my tongue. I care about the sensation in my fingers. And I care about the texture in her mouth.
What is it?
I want to see Amy in one of these shots as you do your bit. I just want her in the background with her face. We just need to see her face reacting.
She's watching in the other room, probably horrified right now.
Alyssa is getting us a close-up of her meat.
That really is beautiful.
So, Alyssa, why does your meal make somebody horny?
I mean, if you've ever had Wagyu before, you understand. But if you haven't, to have the meat enter your mouth and just melt and slowly ooze down the back of your throat so that you don't even have to chew it.
You tramp.
It's heavenly.
So Wagyu is a staircase to the sensual delights of heaven.
Yes. If you've never had Wagyu before, I'm almost embarrassed to admit that this is a $130 steak for 10 ounces, but it is so worth it. Every single penny.
Mine is a combination of rolling down the back of my throat.
What was that?
So I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I didn't think about saying rolling down the back of my throat. Next time.
You'll get there. Don't choke up.
Choking what? I lost my gag reflex when I was 21.
Well, I'll describe my dish now. Thank you, Mike. Michael. Quick question back to you, Alyssa. Thoughts on Wagyu brisket? Lots of debate on it having too much fat.
Oh my God. I love Wagyu brisket. I have made, at this point, 3, I think, Wagyu briskets in the last year. 1 was American, 2 were Australian, and they were all incredible. I haven't had the guts yet to go buy a Japanese Wagyu brisket yet, but that is on the docket for this summer.
Those are like $500, right?
More than that, depending on the size.
Yeah.
If you go A5, they can be $1,000.
I just pulled my grilled cheese off.
And I just pulled the steak off.
Creamy.
Yum.
Yep.
Yum.
So good. And the resistance is it's matched with the butternut squash soup. Easy to make.
Is that a Ninja blender?
No. It's an Oster.
Yeah. I remember the people from Vitamix. I had said something in like I'd buy a Vitamix, but I have to like pay my mortgage, and they're like, "Oh, our product is now more affordable than ever." I'm like,
there you go. You can look at the screen now, Mike.
That's pretty, actually.
That looks beautiful.
So Bryson, you never answered your own question. What is going to make your meal? How is someone going to get horny with this dish? You're good. Fill your mouth.
So good. One, finger foods. Easy to take in the hand, easy to take on the go. Nothing worse than getting hungry in the middle of a night-long fun, and you've got nothing to eat.
Don't fucking flatter yourself. Night long fun. When is this up? So Mike and I are sitting here calling bullshit on you so hard. At least Mike was honest and real. Like, night long of fun that I have to eat in the middle of it. I mean,
The soup also hydrates for the evening, so you're getting your electrolytes at the same time. And again, the two go well together. Plus consistency, right? I showed how to easily make this with just a key few ingredients. Doesn't take a lot of effort, and you still look good.
Okay.
Can't say it's tossing salad at the age of 19 while I'm trying to win over the suitors, but it works.
So this actually prompts like the age-old question, and this is for the ladies. I'm sorry to ask it, but how long is too long? Like, what's the perfect amount of time?
I'm a successful lady. I got shit to do. Like at some point, like too long is too fucking long. Like I have things I need to do. I have people I need to talk. I don't want that. Who has time for that much, for hours of anything?
So you're thinking like 10 minutes?
I can't do hours of anything.
No.
I'm ADD. I get incredibly bored. Sorry. Oh, Melissa, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh, damn it. I'm sitting here talking about it. Yeah, for me, I mean, you got to give me at least a good half hour. Come on.
Half hour.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Minimum?
No, not minimum. I mean, sometimes if you can do it in 20 minutes, great. But I'm usually ready for more still.
I'm starting to feel like the sandwich isn't such a bad idea after all.
No, I'm looking for some
Hey,
finger
say
food.
it again.
All right, well, I got to turn everything
So
around.
17 seconds is disappointing and not good? I don't get it.
So here you
Oh,
go.
Lisa, that's gorgeous. Look at that. That's beautiful.
All right, I'm in the last 5 minutes.
And I just wanted to tell everybody that's watching that before we jump on this, we always talk about it. And Alyssa's like, don't tell everybody that I'm using ketchup on the side to dip this in. I'm in love with ketchup.
So I think that's the move, though, is that you make the Wagyu and then you eat it with your lover with your fingers. I think that's that's the move.
Yes.
Is like no utensils. Yeah. Be like, this is this expensive steak I've made for you, my friend, after our half hour. Now here, like that's I think that's the move personally. But what do I know? I don't know.
I would agree with that. I like that idea.
It's very hedonistic.
Yes.
Tequila. Need more tequila.
How's your broccoli coming along, Mike? Mike, how's your broccoli coming along?
Broccoli went in the oven about 5 minutes ago. Sausages are about 175 in the center, so I just broke the skin because you have to let that liquid come out from the center. So the skin gets nice and dark.
I don't get how that one's sexual.
No, I was just trying to be sensual.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not good at it.
I guess you could really explain anything, and it's in how you explain it as opposed to like what you're actually saying.
I said once on Twitter that my superpower was turning everything sexual, and I got a bunch of DMs, and they're like, "That's terrible, that's terrible," and I agreed with them because I wasn't naked at the time. But I think it takes a specific skill to be like, "Oh, did you hear about the trucker blockade?" I'm like, "Blockade? I'm blocked up too." You know what I'm saying?
That's a poop joke, though. That's not a sex joke. That's a poop joke.
That is definitely a poop joke. All right.
He didn't say he was good at it.
No, I'm terrible at it.
That looks beautiful. Oop. That's my alarm for my thing. That looks gorgeous, though. Excuse me.
The only reason I can say I'm good at sex is because I have a kid. It's like proof.
I don't know. That sounds like I can't remember what the joke is, where this guy was like running around with like a magazine cut out of a girl. He's like, "That's my girlfriend."
That's
Oh,
ridiculous.
This is
I'm at, I think, literally 2 more minutes, and then it's going to be done. Like, not even 2.
Oh, I love it. Looks good.
I think Alyssa's winning so far. That's gorgeous.
So now y'all can come over and watch me eat. Like you're watching everybody else eat.
Do you cook for your wife at all?
What's that?
I said, Mike, do you cook for your wife at all?
I'm actually the primary cook of the house, to be truthful.
Really?
Yeah, and you know the kicker is that my wife she's confident in the kitchen, but unconfident. But everything she's ever made has been absolutely amazing.
You put it on Twitter. It's great. It's beautiful stuff. It looks excellent.
There's been many times where I've posted her meal and been like, "Oh, I made this." Oh, ha 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 ha. Just to make the my crazy followers like Tony the Psychopath and Keaton the Crazy Baker, just to drive them a bit crazy. But she's a very good cook. But I cook the majority of the time. I like cooking.
That's joy.
It's the one way. It's the one way that I can kind of, I started cooking with my buddy Steve, and he was a chef. So while he was going through chef school, he'd like come back to the apartment. He'd be like, "Oh, I have to cook this. I have to cook this. I have to cook that." And we would sit there and get the benefit of eating from him and learning from him at the same time. And my cousin Kevin used to drive him crazy because we'd make spaghetti sauce with pepperoni sticks. Long story.
Is it good?
It's fucking amazing.
Sounds good.
If you put Slim Jims into your spaghetti sauce, that like super crazy fat from it. Maybe not so much like the texture of the stick, but that fat part is wonderful.
All right. This is what it's supposed to look like. Is this?
That's pretty. That looks way
nice.
better cooked than your last meal.
This is what I made on Sunday. This is my last unicorn chef meal. And that turned out good. That actually turned out really, really good. And once I actually ate it, but it just, I don't know why it took so many hours. So
The only person who knew that was undercooked was you, and you threw yourself under the bus.
I could have pretended. I could have lied.
When I burnt the rice with Raul, nobody knew I burnt the rice until I admitted it later.
Oh, the smoke detector helped.
Rice.
Caitlin, we guys see you take a bite.
Oh, hold on. I just want to make sure the other one doesn't burn because I've got 2 in right now. All right.
What'd you say, Alyssa?
I just told Mike, that's what rice cookers are for.
I gotta get better at it.
So it really should chill because it's not as crispy as I want it, but it's close. Like, can you hear it? Can you hear the crisp? Yep. Yeah, I like it. Gosh, motherfucker. I didn't get it with the toppings, but it's still going to be pretty good. And look, that's pretty.
Have you tried adding anything else to it, like mushrooms?
Mushrooms would be really good. But I think once you have something that you know is a winner, you just stay with it. You don't need to doctor it. You don't need to do anything crazy. Like, it's the simplicity of this that I really like. But mushrooms would be really good. And I think this is a good cross recipe for anything, really.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like anybody that says yes to Mike. Proven winner.
This is delicious, actually.
You're delicious.
I am. I'm told that frequently.
Is food with or without that conversation?
I don't know. That was just a bad joke. I just teed me up. And so I just had to just get it in. You know how it goes.
So I'm gonna say, if anyone didn't notice this, let's see if I get a decent light so you can see it.
Yes.
Do you see how?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cooked rare, maybe slightly medium at best. Anything more than that completely changes the character of this steak, and it's very unfortunate. I realize some people really have to eat well done steaks, and I get that, but no, Wagyu, this is where it's at.
Oh my.
All right, let's pull together for our group picture to close out.
Hold on.
Oh, hold on. Give me 30 seconds. I want to put the other one on here too. The other baby. Yes. Oh, where's Mike and his sausage?
Come on, Mike, let's go.
Hold on.
I got the picture too late. Oh, very funny.
Very nice. Well done, Michael.
Maturity.
Like, Alyssa really captures the disappointed. Like, of course, that's the joke you did. Can you step it up?
No, honestly, I mean, would we have anything else wouldn't have been right? I mean, it's Mike. Come on.
My initial thoughts for cooking were not this professional.
This was my idea.
Neither were Bryson's. He stepped it up with something very, very tasteful.
I thought to go the other way, but as with all things, I ran out of time to pull it off. So, but the fun thing about these is we do them all the time, and we have more themes coming up, and we have our own game show launching in April. So lots of good fun things. What's that?
That's going to be very fun. I'm excited for that, actually.
Yeah. Well, fellow unicorn chefs, anything you would like to leave the audience with to titillate them until next week?
I don't want to
Oh,
step in.
I thought you were asking the audience. No, there's nothing. Make
No,
some
I don't
pizza.
care what the audience thinks. Clearly,
Make pizza for people you love. Make good food for people you love. It doesn't matter who the fuck it is. If you love someone, cook for them and makes them feel loved and special. And that's all I have to say. That's what you should do.
All right, Michael.
Give to your local SPCA. Time, money, it's all the same thing. Pets need us. We need them. Love them.
Alyssa.
All right.
I'm going to somewhat parrot and say, whether it's something simple like grilled cheese, something off the wall insane like Wagyu, doesn't matter. Just that love language of cooking for somebody else is so amazing. I recommend it highly.
And she'll
And then
whip
eat
your
the
ass.
steak with your fingers. Eat the steak with your fingers.
So you heard it here. Spread love, then spread legs. Until next week.